Okay, you guys, we're back. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing at this moment. We're having a good time over here. We're going to do the class recap for beginner West Coast swing on Thursday nights right here in Houston. So here's what we did. We started in a closed position. I always prefer to start in a closed position. If you don't know how to do the basics for West Coast swing, we have a video for that. Check it out on our YouTube channel. But we like to start in closed rather than an open position. This doesn't feel very personal. So in a closed position, we did a left side pass, which we call a throw out, and closed. It goes 1, 2. We do our basic timing 3 and 4, 5 and 6. If we do a left side pass from this same position, it's an open position, left side pass 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And we followed that up with an underarm turn. That's by our right side for the first time. Guys, backing up and opening the door for the lady 1, 2. Turn your hand over and look at your watch. The lady goes through the slot, passing her feet on 3 and 4, and does an anchor step on 5 and 6. From there, we did a sugar push, brought the lady straight to us. We did not open the door, so the lady already knew that she was not going to be moving through the slot. Ladies, you should anticipate that. That's called the sugar push. Most people consider that to be the basic for West Coast swing. We think it's one of several of the basics for West Coast swing, and definitely not the easiest pattern to start with. That's why you're seeing it like 3rd or 4th in our syllabus each month, okay? So we bring that in. Remember, we don't have to fight on a sugar push. The idea is if the door is closed, the lady's not going to the other end of the slot. So sometimes as a practice drill, we'll do a no-hand sugar push just to show that ladies know what to do and guys know what to do in this situation when the guys are leading a sugar push. So sugar push again, we went 1, 2, very easy, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And then from here, we started working the left side. So we did a left side pass, but lifted the hand. Remember that the lady can go by either side of you and under on either side of you with either hand. So it opens the door to a lot of cool basic filler material, okay? So I turn to my left and pick up the hand like a toll gate. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. The connection still stops moving down the slot on 4 so she knows where to anchor comfortably, and the hand ends up upside down. You guys need to be okay with this. Left side and pick this up, you'll notice I release the grip, stay connected, and my fingers have to roll to the other side of her hand in order for that to be comfortable. And then it just stops moving down the slot and goes down to the connection at the end. Then from here, from this hand, we did a very similar concept. You ladies have a workaround anchor at the end of that. That's what that's called when you do a 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you have to rotate around on a 5 and 6 to face your dude, which happens about 50% of the dance. You ladies are going to get this same thing as the guy brings you in for a sugar tuck. So very much like a sugar push, where the guy doesn't open the slot, the lady knows she's not going through. 1, 2, triple, 3 and lift 4, and the hand goes down 5 and 6. Again, the connection stops moving down the slot on 4 of every 6 count basic. Okay, so we do a 1, 2, 3 and lift 4, 5 and 6. I'm going to take this by the other side. 1, 2, the hand rolls over again. And the sugar tuck one more time. And when I do this, guys, check it out. 1, 2, 3, and most guys out there think they're going to be pushing this hand into the lady to lead this exit. When really all you have to do is lift to release. When the hand is up and to the side of the lady's face, it represents that we want her to turn that direction. So just very comfortable. 1, 2, 3, and lift, and she's released. The connection comes back down. From there, we did an underarm turn to fix this hand by the right side. 1, 2. The hand flips back over to the normal side. It's no longer upside down. And then from there, at the end of the month, we threw in an 8 count pattern, the first one for the month. 8 count timing is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, instead of your basic 6 count. We brought the lady through 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to take her by the other side. Guys, recap, but really a lesson. That's what's going on right now, okay? We're giving you a lot of information in this video. You guys have similar footwork for all of your whip patterns, and there's a ton of really, really cool whip patterns out there. Now, hard part for the ladies and cool part for the ladies is that each one of those whip patterns, her part's different. Our part pretty much stays the same. So we're getting the ladies moving through space, collecting them on this end of the slot, and then moving them back through space to the original end in most of our 8 count patterns. So your footwork is very similar all the time. I'm going to use my standing leg to get me started. I'm going to back up on my 1. I'm not going to move toward the lady. I'm going to back up and have the lady come to me as I ask her to flip to backwards. From there, she moves backwards down the slot as I do a triple step on 3 and saving, closing to face the lady until 4, which naturally works as the rubber band, taking my right shoulder back to bring the lady back through the slot. Now, once you ask the ladies to move back through the slot on the 4, you've already changed their direction, so don't stand in the way unless you're going for some kind of musical variation. Otherwise, when I step across and close on 4, I need to go ahead and open my right shoulder and let the lady go through on 5, close on 6, and hold my ground for a good anchor on 7 and 8 so you're dancing like a dude, okay? So from here, I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll let Allison talk about her part a little bit, okay? But we go 1 flipper, 2 catcher, 3 and 4 turn around, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna do that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And if I do that from the other side, I'm going to back up. I'm not going to move towards her. I'm going to do a 1 and ask her to flip around 2, 3 and close the door on 4, opens my shoulder, 5, close the door 6, and put my foot in the anchor position. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, on that note, very quickly, we're using a J-hook lead here. This whip pattern footwork for you guys is taught differently in a bunch of different places. There's a lot of variations, and that's exactly what we call them. Some people teach those variations as their basic. This is what we teach as a basic, and we try to use what everybody else teaches as a variation. There has to be a line in the sand somewhere. So our preference to get the ladies to move through space a little farther and to really give a slingshot and elastic look is to back up and turn sideways so that we're not moving in opposition to the lady. As a variation, you're going to hear people talking about it as a basic, that they would back up on the 1 and some of the guys will cross over on the 2 and their body moves slightly in opposition. Nothing wrong with this. I do this when I'm social dancing as a variation. Often, it changes how the lady feels about the pattern, okay? Some people will teach that you guys are going to back up on the 1 and move forward on the 2. Again, it changes greatly what your partner is doing, and if the music sounds that way, then I urge you to do that. But for us, I'm going to switch sides one more time. As a basic, I'm going to back up, not move in opposition to my partner, let her back into the connection, step across and send her backward down the slot again for an anchor on the other side. Hey, if you like what we're talking about, and I was going to let you explain the ladies' part there a little bit. So would you talk to them about how you pivot? That's the biggest thing for me, and when you like to receive the lead for a J-hook.
So I always think about, depending, no matter what the variation, thinking about following the guy with my belly button. So I'm going to take my first step 1 forward, 2 I'm kind of noticing what he's doing, pivoting on this left foot, so stepping and then pivoting, stepping back, 3 and 4. So for me, an 8-count pattern, I'm always thinking, or what pattern, I'm always thinking about stepping forward on the 4. So this for me is this most important step. So I'm stepping forward here, and then I'm going to be pivoting on that foot, stepping backwards, and then step backwards again in the anchor step.
Yep, and the pivot is the biggest part. Again, some people are going to teach for the ladies to stay a little forward, a little longer. We don't like to talk about the ladies pausing it sideways. You must go through sideways to get to backwards. There's no doubt. You can't do it without, okay? So instead of focusing on being sideways for any long period of time, it's just a natural occurrence, think about getting to backwards. Gives it a little sharper look, allows you ladies to flip your head and make it more linear looking. 1 flip, 2, and go backwards, 3, and the same thing here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can always change that as a variation, but that's what we choose to do as our basic. So a little bit more than class recap. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe and share our videos with everybody. Please check out our Facebook page right now. The D'Amico Dance Facebook page has a challenge on there or a fun idea where you can upload your videos as far as what class material we're going to cover here at home. You get to be part of our lessons. Allison, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon.